I have a skin disorder.
I've had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose.
What is a 36-year-old man doing sleeping with a 12-year-old boy?
This is the final curtain call.
Michael Jackson has died.
Have you been thinking for so many days that Michael Jackson is a singer who lived a very beautiful life? Then you must watch this video till the end, because you don't know much about Michael Jackson. In this video, I talk about Jackson's sad life from his childhood to his mysterious death. I am sure after watching this video, you will think that you didn't know much about Jackson. Without further ado, let's go to the video by pressing the like button. As Michael Jackson fans, you and I know very well that Jackson had a very sad and challenging childhood. Born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, Michael Joseph Jackson was the 8th of 10 children. Jackson's mother was Catherine Esther Jackson, and his father was Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson was a former boxer, a crane operator for U.S. Steel, and a guitarist. It was Joe who introduced young Michael to music. In 1964, Joe Jackson formed a band called the Jackson Brothers, which included 5 of his sons, including Michael. The band was later renamed the Jackson 5. During this time, Michael was physically and mentally abused by his father. Michael recounted that his father would call him Fat Nose and beat him severely with a belt for even the smallest mistakes during music rehearsals. He also described his childhood as very lonely. However, Michael's brothers denied these claims, stating that their father disciplined Michael because he wanted to guide him on the right path. Despite differing perspectives, many consider Michael Jackson to have lost a significant part of his childhood due to these experiences. Jackson's skin was medium brown in his youth, but gradually paled from the mid-1980s. Arnold Klein, Jackson's dermatologist, said that in 1983 Jackson was diagnosed with vitiligo, a disease that causes the skin to lose pigment. In the same year, Jackson was diagnosed with lupus. Jackson resorted to white makeup and prescription drugs to cover up the discolored patches caused by these diseases. This was widely criticized by the public. However, in response to all these criticisms, Jackson said in a 1993 interview with Oprah Winfrey that he suffers from a skin disorder called vitiligo and that he uses makeup to even out his skin color. Jackson publicly stated that he was proud to be black.
I'm a Black American. I'm proud to be a Black American.
Jackson always wore long sleeves and long pants to hide his skin condition. You may remember that in the music video for one of his hit songs, Remember the Time, all the dancers and actors except Jackson were dressed in ancient Egyptian costumes. But Jackson was wearing long sleeves and long pants. It is widely believed that he took into account his skin disorders. Shortly after Jackson's death, several tubes of benaquin and hydroquinone were found in his home. These are commonly used to treat vitiligo. Jackson's autopsy confirmed that he had vitiligo and that his skin's pigment-active cells, melanocytes, had decreased. Jackson's autopsy neither confirmed nor denied the claim that he had lupus. In early 1984, Jackson's hair caught fire while filming a Pepsi commercial, causing significant burns to his scalp. A spokesman said he had second-degree burns, while Jackson later stated he had third-degree burns on the back of his head. These injuries led to various health problems, and over the years he underwent multiple surgeries to restore his hair. In November 1993, Jackson announced that he had recently undergone scalp surgery and was dependent on painkillers. Despite these efforts, restoring his hair was unsuccessful, leading Jackson to wear a wig. Additionally, media reports suggested that Jackson underwent extensive surgery on his nose and speculated that he had procedures such as a forehead lift, cheekbone surgery, and lip alterations. However, Jackson claimed he had only had 2 rhinoplasties and denied allegations of altering his eyes. It must be clear to you by now that Michael Jackson's childhood and adulthood were full of challenges. He had to face many problems such as skin disorders and surgeries that we talked about earlier. Jackson was later charged with multiple counts of child sexual abuse. But Michael Jackson denied all these allegations. I am not ready to discuss the details of these accusations further. However, on June 13, 2005, Jackson was acquitted of all these charges. but the charges caused him mental stress and affected his health. Michael Jackson's life is full of mysteries. Most of what we know about his life is myth. Michael Jackson was very concerned about his health and longevity, and often took extraordinary measures to protect himself. Many people say that Jackson had a desire to live to be 150 years old, and for that, he slept in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. But many reports say that it is not true. He paid a lot of attention to his safety, maintaining strict security at his home and during his travels. It is also said that he had a personal medical staff. In the end, Jackson died on June 25, 2009, as no one expected. His death is surrounded by various theories. During Jackson's last few hours, his personal doctor Conrad Murray, who was closely involved in the events leading to Jackson's death, provided an account of how Jackson died. Jackson suffered from chronic insomnia and often used drugs to sleep. One day, Jackson's personal physician, Conrad Murray, had given Jackson a sleeping pill, but Jackson still couldn't sleep, so Murray injected Jackson with propofol. That too, he was not asleep, so he was injected with propofol diluted with lidocaine. Murray claimed that it put Jackson to sleep. Murray later said he left his bedside to go to the bathroom and returned 2 minutes later to find Jackson not breathing. He later stated that he tried to revive Jackson and asked for help from the staff at home. Murray was asked why he did not call 911, and he stated that he refrained from calling because he did not have a landline at home and did not know the exact address of the residence. About an hour and a half after Jackson was first discovered not breathing, a security guard called 911. Paramedics then arrived at Jackson and found him not breathing and without a pulse. They then performed CPR for 42 minutes at home, but that too was unsuccessful. Jackson was eventually rushed to the hospital by ambulance and spent over an hour trying to revive him. Despite these efforts, Michael Jackson died unfortunately at the age of 50. His official cause of death was an acute propofol and benzodiazepine overdose. On August 28, 2009, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner concluded that Jackson's death was a homicide because it was Conrad Murray who gave Jackson propofol and benzodiazepine. Therefore, Murray was the main accused in this death. Murray was convicted in November 2011 and spent several years in prison. However, despite the official verdict, some believe that Jackson is still alive. Some people believe that Jackson had immense public love and fame, and because of that, he is hiding from the public and living a secret life. But many people say that they are illusions. What is your opinion? Jackson dead, killed, or is he still alive? Don't forget to mention your comment below.